All right, so 3rd and goal, just inside the 5-yard line.
What is Brandon Staley doing all the way down to the 8-yard line on the opposite sideline?
Off the play fake, Tannehill back in the end zone. Touchdown, Westbrook Akine. And the Titans take the lead.
They say turnabout is fair play. Think about the touchdown pass that Justin Herbert had to Donald Parham a week ago. That's the exact same play, but to a wide receiver where you fake it into the gut of the running back and throw it right over the top, that little pinpoint pass to the wide receiver.
Just too easy when you give him a free inside release and there's nobody there. The safety's not anywhere close enough. That's too easy.
And they'll go for the extra point to make it a 3-point lead. Good snap, good hold. Just got it past the crushing defense. It's 24-21 with 2:22 to play here in the 4th quarter. And Justin Herbert, we mentioned earlier in this ball game how developed he is as a quarterback. He's had so many close games in his football career. And for more on that, let's check in with Tiffany.
Yeah, Tom, we know he's no stranger to staging comebacks, and Brandon Staley told us that Herbert's poise has been one of his top traits since day one. He feels even stronger about it than he did when he first met him. He said he has that composure in the huddle, and you don't hear this very often, but he said for a quarterback, he plays hard, and when they've been in some of those 2-minute drills, that's some of the best football he's played.
Yeah, Tiffany, think back to last week, though. They weren't able to get the touchdown. Miami comes back and scores. They get the ball back, and then they had 2 sacks, and they had a throwaway by Herbert that they called intentional grounding. Just a really rough series at the end of that game.
And at the end of that game, Miami, who had sat back and played a lot of zone coverage, brought pressure and really came after him. So let's see what the Titans do at the outset of this, because normally what you do theoretically is you wait until a team crosses midfield before you start to put pressure on them when they're in a 2-minute situation.
Well, Davis will let that go over his head. All right, Mr. Place Kicker, where do they have to go to convert a field goal to tie it?
You know, when you
look at me, all the way down to the 5-yard line.
When you look at Dicker, his career long's 50 yards, but he's got a big, strong leg. So if you get the ball to the 40-yard line, he's got a good chance of making that. So you understand before the game exactly where you got to go each way. They're thinking the 40-yard line, and if you're a Chargers fan, you're thinking, hey, we have to win this game right now. We have high expectations. We're a championship team. We got to make these kind of plays.
First down for the 25. Kelly's in motion behind Herbert. Herbert, quick toss, has Williams. Williams in stride up to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 15. Trey Avery made the tackle.
Free release to the inside on that. But for the offensive lineman, locate Jeffrey Simmons. We got to get at least more than one set of hands on him each and every snap.
Tempo.
Herbert again to throw. Herbert again to Williams. And Williams not in stride this time, but dives forward for the first time with Avery on him. We have reached the 2-minute warning. How about this for week 2 of the National Football League? It's a 4-point ball game. Stay tuned for the NFL Today update delivered by Little Caesars, time permitting. Speaking of time, 1:56 to play here in the 4th quarter. Chargers down 3. Second down, less than the yard. Herbert to throw. Herbert completes. He's got Parham. And Parham using his big body gets to the 44.
You always think of rush and coverage. For the rush, where is Jeffrey Simmons? Because he's going to dictate what they're going to do on the back end. If you continue to double team him, they're going to blitz behind him.
On first down, flags are in. They overthrow Parham. And we'll see who that penalty is against. The flag came in from the far side of the football field.
Offside, lining up in the neutral zone, number 49 of the defense. 5-yard penalty, reach the first down.
That's Arden Key who's called for that penalty. So it gets them closer to their target line.
I mean, yeah, you're almost in field goal range. He could make it from here. You'd like to get inside that 30 to feel a lot more comfortable. But now if you're Tennessee Titans and Mike Vrabel, you have to start thinking about when do I use my 3 timeouts to try and get that ball back.
Yeah, each team has 3 timeouts left. You see the target line on first down inside the 40-yard line. Herbert takes the snap, slings it, has Allen, the trusted receiver, down to the 25-yard line. Roger McCreary and Kevin Byard in on the coverage. That'll take Allen closer to 100 yards on the day.
And I take my time if I'm the Chargers here. You don't need to rush.
On First down from the 25. He lofts it toward the end zone, and he overthrows Parham.
Yeah, Parham slowed down before that ball was even in the air. Justin Herbert's trying to give him a chance to go up against Kevin Byard. But even though Parham is, 8 inches taller than Kevin Byard, I would not throw the ball in that direction because Kevin Byard is the best player that the Titans have in their secondary.
Yeah, being aggressive. You have 3 timeouts, trying to get a touchdown to win the game, but also trying to utilize as much time as you can off that clock.
Trips to the top of your screen. Stone smart. Tight to the line on the bottom is the tight end. Herbert, middle of the field. Pass is complete. And Allen up over 100 yards. Elijah Molden makes the tackle.
Mike Vrabel has walked all the way down to the 15-yard line. And to your point, Jay, he's thinking about when do I use my timeouts.
Because now you've pretty much given them the field goal. Okay, they're going to make a field goal to tie it. So how much time do I want to try to allow my team to have? But you don't want to give them so many shots at the end zone as well to win the game.
Allen in the slot to the bottom. Herbert looking left. Passes complete to Palmer. And Palmer stood up right at the 10-yard line with 43 seconds left to play here in the fourth quarter. Down 3.
Surprised Vrabel doesn't call a timeout there.
When you have a quarterback who is as accurate as Herbert, throwing the ball short is just as good as running the ball.
23 300-yard games now for Herbert. Herbert looks for the slant for Palmer. He's got it tight to the 6-yard line. There are 22 seconds, now 20 seconds, and a timeout called by the Chargers.
I like that timeout because now you've got 3rd and short. So this is your play. Obviously, you can get a first down. You have 2 more timeouts, but you're looking to try to score right here. The one thing you don't want to do is take any chances with this ball if you're Justin Herbert. You have the field goal. It's going to be a short field goal to tie it. If you can't convert this either to a first down or a touchdown.
So you're looking for somebody in the stands with a Chargers jersey if you're covered up, right?
Well, I don't know if you really have to throw this ball because you can still bleed the clock down about 6 or 7 seconds, kick off with only 15 seconds to play to the Titans after you make the field goal.
You can, but I think you're trying to be aggressive and win the game right here. And the best way to do that, you've struggled running the ball all day. Their front is really good. I think the best way to do that is to throw the ball.
All right, so it is 3rd down and a little less than 3. So the goal is to also get that first down.
Keenan Allen, 8 catches, 111 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's who I'm looking for.
Be careful of a lineman dropping back into coverage, clogging up the middle of the field.
There he is in motion.
Whistle blows, and I think Mike Vrabel called a timeout.
He wanted to get a look at what they're doing.
All right, so that's the first timeout for the Titans. The Titans have 2 left. I talked to our colleague Matt Ryan about these game-winning drives. First 4 years, Ryan is the leader in the National Football League. He said year 1, game 2 against the Bears, comeback 2 against the Bears. That's where he finally felt the confidence that he could do this on a consistent basis, which Herbert obviously has been going through also.
You know, tongue-in-cheek, you also have to have a defense that puts you in position to have a comeback.
That's a good point. All right, so it's 3rd down and 3 with 21 seconds left to play.
Touchdown or in the stands. That's where this ball has to be thrown.
Allen in motion again. Herbert looking that way. Now looking to the back of the end zone. He's under pressure and he's taken down.
Harold Landry.
Yep.
That's okay. You know, don't take a chance with that ball there. You have the field goal. You let it run down, call timeout, tie this game, and go to overtime.
His teammates, Harold Landry's teammates, have talked about how he's worked so hard to come back from the torn ACL. And he made his presence known right there as the Chargers let the clock wind down. 3 seconds left. All right, so Dicker won this game last year.
He did. 43-yard field goal. He's got 3 game-winning kicks in his career. This one's to tie it. The yardage didn't matter there. The sack yardage didn't matter at all. Has no impact on him. He knows I can make this kick if I do my fundamentals right. All you got to do is keep your mind from wandering and thinking about any negative implications.
Would your mind wander a lot of times in this case?
You got to discipline it. You can't allow your mind to wander. It wants to.
Along that offensive line, the lineman, as you're standing there looking at the Tennessee Titans going, I hope Jeffrey Simmons isn't right in front of me.
33-yard
He
field
can
goal
push
attempt.
and squirm and get those hands up in the middle.
J.K. Scott's the holder. Josh Harris the long snapper. Good snap, good hole, kick is on its way. And we are tied up at 24 and heading into overtime. Well, what has been a very entertaining game has just got some extra time to it.
That was an excellent drive. An excellent drive by the Chargers. They weren't able to do it last week. That's in the back of your mind. They get an opportunity to go down the field. They didn't get the touchdown to win it, but a very good drive to put himself in position and get to overtime.
They weren't pressured early in the drive. They got a little bit of pressure near midfield, got the ball out of his hands quickly enough, but a great job by the receivers getting open so that you didn't have that tight window throw, but also being able to control the ball, move it around from side to side. Really nice calls, not only by Kellen Moore, but also following the game plan by Justin Herbert.
First 4 quarters, we're now going to discuss the overtime. If a touchdown or safety is scored on the first possession, the game's over, scoring team wins. If a field goal is scored on the first possession, the other team will have an opportunity for a possession. Both teams have 2 full timeouts. Neither team has any replay challenges. All replay reviews will be initiated by the replay booth. LA's visiting team, they'll call the toss, or the heads, tails. What's your choice? Tails. Tails is called. Tails won the toss. LA won the toss and will receive. Good luck, gentlemen.
Back here in Nashville, where the Titans and the Chargers are tied at 24, we get set for overtime. And back deep to receive is Darius Davis. Yeah, we talked about this during the outset. Folks sometimes give you a chance to return it, but he's been pretty good on kickoffs today. He's going to kick this one over the head of Davis and out of the back of the end zone.
Not allowing Davis is so dangerous to touch the ball.
So a touchdown or a safety wins. And Justin Herbert will bring his team out. Does it help that he just had the football? Does it go into the mind of the offender, just to have the rhythm?
I think so. I think on top of that, this defense could be a little tired. They just had a whole drive where they went all the way down the field on him and gave up a field goal. You know, you're under 3 yards a carry if you're the Chargers, so I think this drive is going to be all about Justin Herbert and his receivers.
Yeah, but Harold Landry's in the sack mode now. He thinks, I just got one, I can get another one.
A first down for the 25. Herbert looking to the far side of the field for Williams in traffic, and it's broken up. Roger McCreary was there. He had help from Murphy Bunting.
Give the receiver a chance to make a play on the ball. Great play by Murphy Bunting coming in, because he's the underneath corner. He has the throws that are thrown short, but what he did, once he saw where Herbert's eyes were, just continued to drift back and made that play from underneath.
So the clock stops. Get overtime, 10 minutes in length. They move Kelly around in the backfield. Herbert, pockets collapsing, throws off his back leg, just throwing it away. He felt the presence of Denico Autry and everybody else from the defensive line.
Well, and they tried to flood the short side of the field with 3 receivers, and that was clogged up. Herbert had to then redirect, come back, and really that's a throwaway right at the end there.
There's a big opportunity for this Titans defense. 3rd and long to get a stop here. The Chargers team has struggled on 3rd down all day, 2 for 13.
Taking a long time in the huddle right here.
They have Everett in the backfield, and Herbert takes the snap. Guys were moving all over the place. Herbert dancing around, going long. Nobody's there, incomplete. That play just never developed from the beginning.
Tom, you are right. There was confusion. The receivers didn't know what to do. They snapped the ball before everybody was ready. Watch the confusion here.
But Jay, I talked about the fact that they came out of the huddle with 12 seconds, and they wanted to use motion and movement. You don't have time to do all of that.
Yeah, I mean, they don't know what's going on. There wasn't enough time, and that was not a good 3rd down play for that Chargers team.
They need a great punt by J.K. Scott here.
Stonehouse on the punt. Jackson's assessing. No fair catch. He's going to try to return this one. Gets up to the 39-yard line. Got some more yards. All right, JB. Thank you, Coach. Again, the Bengals will try to avoid going 0-2 also. Next score wins this ball game.
Field goal here for Tennessee wins this game. So you need about 30 yards really to feel comfortable to give Nick Folk an opportunity to win this game.
And unlike the Chargers, even though Derrick Henry is not on the field, the Titans can run the ball here because of the field position that they possess.
On first down, they pitch it. Spears has blockers. Spears inside Chargers territory. I said he has blockers. He had blocker.
And that blocker got out in front. And the thing that the blocker did really well, just run. Just run through the defender. Don't hesitate. Don't stutter step. Don't try and line him up. Andre Dillard got out there, and he looked like he should have been the guy carrying the ball. He was moving so fast.
He was moving.
Gain of 13 yards. Two big bodies in the backfield next to Tannehill on first down. They dump it off to Henry. One of those big bodies there to block for him. And Henry down to the 41. Julius Chestnut was leading the charge and giving some space.
Even though that ball's in there, Jay, that's just a long handoff to Derrick Henry.
Yeah. It's nice. You get him outside. Last week had 2 catches for over 50 yards. Just get him the ball with a full head of steam and you pick up a nice gain. And you are very close to being in field goal range. Another first down will get you there.
You've got a great chess matchup between Tim Kelly, the offensive coordinator, and Brandon Staley, the head coach, defensive coordinator for the Chargers going on right here.
Yeah, Joey Bosa needs to make a play.
Second down at 3. They tighten up the offensive line. And they give it off to Henry. Henry bounces through traffic. And down inside the 40 to the 39. Nick Williams made the tackle.
That last little bit of surge, you know, you went from a 3rd and 4 to a 3rd and 2 situation.
And really 2-play territory right here. You're not in field goal range yet, so you have 2 plays to get this first down. And Derrick Henry not in the game on this 3rd down.
Wow. Yes, Spears in the backfield.
Kenneth Murray has been guessing the gaps that these plays have been run through all game long pretty well.
Brandon Staley asked for a timeout for the Chargers. All right, so I don't want to get into the mind of the
yes, you do.
Offensive coordinator, but do you rethink having Henry in there on 3rd down?
I would have him in.
I think you do, because not only that, you have a very fresh Derrick Henry coming in after a nice little break. And here's a guy, if you are thinking we're in 4-down territory, who better not to give the ball? Give it to the surge.
Yeah, and here
Let
comes
the
Derrick
big
Henry.
wave come in.
Not only that, but it allows you to go play action as well. I mean, it just opens up a lot of different things. It forces that defense really to focus on Derrick Henry. They're desperate to not allow you to get a first down, so that just gives you so many options if you're the offensive coordinator.
All right, so that timeout allowed the Titans to rethink things. Justin Herbert's hoping that he has another chance. But again, the next score wins. Field goal or touchdown for the Titans. I formation. And now Okonkwo goes to the left side of the offensive line. Wesco in motion. On 3rd down. They hand it off to Henry. Henry powers through for a first down. At least it looks like he has the first down.
I think you got it.
You know, I've got my shoes on, so I can't count on my hands and fingers and toes if I've ever seen Derrick Henry knocked back more than 5 or 6 times. I mean, that little surge where everybody's trying to stop him, he was hit, and then he still went forward for another yard and a half.
That's why you have him in the game. Interesting timeout, remember, by Brandon Staley when he wasn't in the game. They were about to run it with Spears.
Rolling on the field with first down is up to you.
Again,
this is originated upstairs.
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with what the coaches are talking about with the officiating crew down on the field.
Yeah, overtime rules, nothing is challenged. Everything's from upstairs. I thought he had it.
He's got to get to the 38-yard line. There's the initial contact. Now, where is he down? He's on top of all those bodies.
I don't know how you find out if he's not.
He knocked Chig Okonkwo out of the way. Said, hey, you're my teammate. I love you, but move out of the way.
He's on top of all those bodies, so his knee can't be down. So it's right where the ball is. That was a really good look from the other side.
Yeah, this one's a good one, too, to kind of see where the hat is. Because you know that his knee's not down because he's on top of everybody. Derrick Henry, by the way, today, 23 of 80. Gene, what are you thinking here? We're seeing a lot of bodies on the field.
a lot of bodies, and I'm just trying to look for the knees, right, or something like below the waist that would be on the ground. From the angles I'm seeing, I don't see anything that would bring that football back. Looks like you're going to keep the ruling on the field as it stands because you're not going to really see anything. And I agree with you. It appears that he is just landing on a pile of bodies as he's moving forward.
Thanks, Gino. Well, if it is a first down, they have the ball now at the 37-yard line. You're on the fringe. You'd like to get it to about the 30 to feel real comfortable with Nick Folk, obviously a veteran kicker who's been in this situation a ton of times. He's got 13 game-winning kicks in his career.
Jay, up here in the booth, we can feel the wind kind of moving around a little bit. Yeah.
Tiffany, what do you got down on the field?
Yeah, guys, it's actually cooling off down here, so it looks like some rain might be coming in, but the wind is picking up. I feel it moving around the hair. We'll see how it impacts this game.
That's how James and I felt too, Tiffany.
Yeah.
We felt it moving around our hair.
But Tiffany, is it in the face of the Titans now, or is it blowing across the field in that direction?
It's a mixture. It is blowing across the field.
First down, Tennessee.
So first down, Tennessee, as we expected, with 6:58 to play here in overtime.
So don't get conservative. Run your offense here. Continue to run Derrick Henry and try to get this ball all the way inside the 30-yard line at least.
Jay, you heard the report by Tiffany. Does it change your target line if it's swirling like this?
Well, it would from right here for sure. And Nick Folk, where he is in his career, you want to be inside, 50 yards for sure.
All right, so first down. Ball on the 37. It's starting to rain here in Tennessee. Tannehill rolls the pocket, gives him some separation. Hopkins kept his feet in bounds. They go to the veteran when they needed it most.
DeAndre Hopkins waited in free agency to find a team that he wanted to go to. He wanted to be the #1 receiver. He wanted to be compensated. Well, I tell you what, his production today equals the investment that they put out on him.
Now, this rain that's coming down, this has an impact. So you need to be careful with this ball. Make sure that you secure it. If you're the Chargers, you're trying everything desperately to knock it out.
Gain of 14 yards. They give it to Henry. And Henry's hitting the backfield. Sebastian Joseph Day, Joey Bosa, Asante Samuel, they were all there. Well, it rained before the start of this game, but not like this. This is a little harder squall that's coming through.
Feels like the longer we wait right now, the worse the conditions are going to be. Right now, it'd be a 43-yard field goal.
So at the beginning of the game, Jay, you said, keep it simple, Simon. And by that, don't mess with the snap count if you're Ryan Tannehill. Don't try and draw the Chargers offsides and have your own guys jump offsides.
Second down to 12. They get it to Henry again, and Henry, not much is there. He's able to move his body across. Sebastian Joseph Day slowed him from behind. And they're not going to wait any longer.
Kick it, yeah.
It's third down, but they're going to bring Folk on to try to win it.
If you get a bad snap and you have to cover the ball, at least you have fourth down coming up to try it again.
Yep, that's exactly right. We saw that many years ago in the playoffs. Giants 49ers.
Folk has made 6 straight field goals of 40 yards or more. This will be a 41-yarder to win it.
Inside of 40, he's 65 in a row.
Amazing.
In his career.
From the near hash mark, the rain is lightened up. Good snap, good hold. Kick is on its way. The game winner, and it is good! The Tennessee Titans in overtime have knocked off the LA Chargers 27-24. The 38-year-old is able to convert. And Ryan Tannehill told us it would be better this week. And it certainly was. What a game, what a finish. No better feeling, Jay?
Well, to come in, you know this guy has been in this situation, so he knows how to control his emotions. But every time you hit a game winner, that is the greatest feeling in sports.
Morgan Cox with a good snap. Stonehouse with the nice holds. And Mike Vrabel with a big smile.